Alright everybody, here we are, playing Dragon's Dogma, doing a little grinding. I am currently level 156, shooting for level 200. Basically what I'm doing is a kind of min-max build for Magic Knight. For that I went from level 1 to 10 on Mage, and level 1, or level 10 to now on Sorcerer. Eventually going to take that up to 200. I did a couple levels on Assassin because I was getting super paranoid about how much stamina I was going to have. Didn't realize that it's not really that important, so I will be maybe someday going through and starting all fucking over again, so that'll be super fun. Spawns I'm with kind of suck. But yeah. So it's been a long road getting this high on fucking Sorcerer. I have not beat Daimon, or Damon, however you want to fucking pronounce it. Don't really give a shit. We, for the most part, did offline Dragon. I got to a point where I could kill him by myself, probably around level 120. Did pretty much 120 to 145 just kind of solo. Went in with no pawn so I would get more experience. I'm not really sure how the EXP scaling works when you're ahead of your pawn, but he has pretty much caught up to me. A little bit more to go, but it does seem like he levels up a lot faster than I did. When I took him back out, he was level 120 something, and now he's almost there, so what a little fucking perk he is. I've got him on Ranger right now, just to give him some more stamina and overall strength. I plan on having him be a warrior in the long run, just because that's the most useful for me to have him be, because everybody else's warriors tend to suck, and a lot easier to just control my own pawn. Oh, there we go. I hate how execute works so fast for those things. It would be a great spell for us if we could use it, especially when you're fighting things that are maybe resistant to certain types of damage and things like that, but oh, God forbid we have a really OP spell. Not saying that there aren't other OP spells. Like I've got High Maelstrom on here that destroys most stuff. But in cases like this, like Maelstrom would not be great to use here because I wouldn't be able to see shit. That's why I'm not using it. I will typically use it. You might see me use it. I'm not sure if the two restrained Gore Cyclops are going to actually respawn or not. There's a chance that they won't until I beat Diamond, because they're kind of considered like a mini-boss for this section. I've noticed none of the mini-bosses have respawned. Like the... man, I don't even remember what they're called in this game, but the basically the fucking like Beholder thing, he doesn't respawn in Section 1. The Dragon Priest bullshit does not spawn with the Cursed Dragon for the second area. I don't think any of those respawn until you beat Daimon, and then that. They'll continue to respawn at that point until you beat his second form. See, this is why I prefer to have my own warrior, because this guy, whoever they are, they suck. They are not tanking worth a shit. I haven't even been doing any big damage spells, really. I've just been using Charge Bolt, and they can't get the fucking hate off me regardless, so that's really not great for the most part. Really makes things a pain in the ass. Since I'm typically the person killing everything, it would be great if I could focus on that instead of having to run around, cancel all my spells over and over. I forgot where the fuck I was for a second there. So, yeah, this is my first video, so expect a lot of me going and thinking about things. I think most people, at least in the States, are used to that, though. You know, Obama giving speeches and things like that. So, yeah, good times. Let's get this holy going. Oh, come on. There we go. One of these days I'm going to actually look up what type of Saurians these are and what their weaknesses are, because I always end up spending a lot of time in this section just kind of, you know, Holy Bolts don't seem to work, Levin doesn't seem to work, Cosmeton, the fucking fire spell, doesn't work. Yeah, I'll go ahead and point that out too. I'm not going to pronounce a lot of shit correctly, so fuck you. I think I'm just going to use this riff thing. That seems to work pretty good. And the only thing I hate worse than enemies that don't seem to have any sort of weakness is these little fucking asshole ghosts that just fucking keep disappearing. Suck it, bitch. No items, great. And this guy I'm just gonna... Here. Head up. Ew. So, my plan is basically, at this point, doing offline Erd Dragon is not the best way to get EXP. I don't really like the Everfall, just because the rewards there aren't really worth it. I'm sitting on like 150 Wake Stones right now. Clearly not carrying them all around with me, but I've got those in supply. Oh, Jesus. What's this going to be? Yeah. Men excites it. Bet it does. Is there these suckers in here? Get them over here. See, and then when I want the pawn to not tank properly, they decide to tank properly, so sometimes I really fucking hate this whole pawn system. This is going to make it really hard to see, but at this point I don't really give a fucking shit. I just want to end this ogre bullshit as fast as I can. I'm pretty sure he can't kick me up here, but it seems like every time I say something like that, I end up getting kicked in the face. So, yeah. Yep, see, that it's a little overpowered. With the downside of I can't see. Yeah, see. If I stay up here, I can see alright, but if I go down into the spell, fucked. Alright. Let's try ice on me. Whoa. Gross. There we go. Froze, bitch. Don't worry, pawns. I'll carry all the shit. I don't know if there's an inclination that you can set to pawns to make them carry shit, but that would be great if people would set their pawns to that. If such a great and wonderful thing exists, I doubt it does. Holy doesn't seem to do shit. Alright! Level up, son! Only 43 more to go. We can do it. Oh, kill me. So this is an amazing fucking game. Until you get to the point where you're just endlessly grinding, especially if you're not doing it on a job you want to play. I really love Magick Archer. I think it's a lot of fun, especially if you can get a ring of like ninefold, or pretty much any of the ones that increase those abilities for Magick Archer. It just becomes amazing. The Ricochet, I can't remember the names of all the abilities off the top of my head because I haven't been playing the job I like, but it's one of the most fun classes, and the Ricochet bolt move is perfect for this. Like there's a couple of really open areas that it doesn't do so well in, but like a corridor like this, you just launch that sucker. You don't even have to point it at an enemy. You just aim at a wall, and the bolts just bounce all over. The more they bounce, the more damage they do. So, like, shooting it off the wall to start with is actually the best thing you can do with it. Of course. But because I'm not playing as that, it sucks. I do not really like... Oh, fuck me. I do not really like Sorcerer. I think it's a great class. The spells are fucking OP as shit. But it's not fun. I don't like having my only option really being Magic. I prefer... That's kind of the reason I like Magick Archer. You have the versatility where you can... okay, so this asshole wants to die. You have the versatility where you can use daggers, you can use your magic arrows, you can throw on a staff if you want, do a little magic. They lose out on some of the better enhancing abilities and things like that, but it's still a very versatile job. Lots of fun. I can't wait until I can actually play it. It'll be so great. But in the meantime, I'm stuck with this bullshit. Either way, because of the build I'm doing, I am not going to be taking very much damage. Most things will one-shot me. Okay. Most things will one-shot me, both now as a sorcerer and when I become a Magick Archer, finally. Whoop, right, there we go, case in point. This is why I always carry a few wake stones with me. I have no faith in my pawns to keep me safe. Probably doesn't help that she was dead, but even if she wasn't dead, I would have little to no faith in her ability to keep me from being killed. Yeah, this is great. So, there we go. That was... Alright, now that we have him gone, now I can just high Maelstrom for the most part, these fuckers won't come up here to attack me. I think I might actually pop a Pilgrim's Charm as soon as this spell goes off. The thing about Maelstrom is it's really powerful, but I've noticed that in some cases it just... I don't know, it doesn't hit certain areas for some reason. I don't know if it's like I'm not aiming it well or something like that maybe, but there certainly are times where it seems to just... It seems to be like right on an enemy and not doing fucking anything. Alright, so there's one. I have to save that pawn in a second. Especially with the like chained up Gore Cyclops dudes, they seem to not get hit with Maelstrom as much as one would like. Is that all of them? Nice. Alright, so we got a decent bit of experience from that, mostly because of the Pilgrim's Charm. Triple wargs are really annoying. When they're in an open area. Like if they had showed up in the area that we're about to kind of oversee, like this big open arena type spot, I would probably not even bother fighting them. I would just run to the next area because they spread out too much. They seem to do their most damage when they're doing like a charge attack, so they have a lot of space to run. They can go from one end of the map to the other and just fucking take you out, so fuck that shit. I'm not dealing with that. I don't know how long this video has been recording, but I definitely want to check out this next area. If the two chained up Gore Cyclops are in there, I will fight them and show that off real quick. I unfortunately don't have another Pilgrim's Charm or anything, so I won't be able to get double experience off of them. But I will show kind of... I think the easiest way to fight them is with Holy Bolt. Another really good method is to just kind of stay up here. Alright, they are here. Nice. Another good method is to stay up here and use High Geisel, the fucking ice move with the tentacles. Just stay up here and shoot it right at their heads whenever they walk up. Because you can manually aim that. So that usually works pretty good. I prefer to use Holy Bolt because most of the time if you get into a corridor at the bottom, you can just sit there and shoot their kneecaps out. And they're not really fond of that. So there we can see for some reason that's hitting that one. I try typically to take these guys on one at a time. Sometimes, especially if I open with the Maelstrom there to take out all of the dead pawns or undead pawns or whatever you want to call them, sometimes that will awaken one of them. Basically, from what I understand, they break their chains either if you hit the chains a certain number of times or if you do 50% of their first health bar in damage to them. They will break the chains. That's, I think, just to prevent people from taking pot shots at their legs or something while they're chained up. I'm going to show real quick what using the ice move looks like up here. I usually just manually aim it. You can also lock on to the shows his stupid head up here at some point. No, that's not his head. So you can lock onto his head, and that way... Look at me not doing what I'm saying I'm doing. There we go. So you can do that so that you're pretty sure you're going to hit him. That'll do a lot of damage at once. Neat. Great. I again prefer to just roll down here. I do this because it's safer, not necessarily faster. Maybe I wouldn't have so much to bitch about when it comes to grinding if I did things faster, but I prefer to not worry about, because he can get a random shot off on you up there, especially when he starts berserking. He can get lucky. If I get too close, he can hit me down here too, but that rarely ever happens. So just sit here and shoot at his knees. When this happens, this is like fucking happy birthday, because the holy bolts will actually penetrate enemies. One of the reasons that it's so good against the offline Ur-Dragon is, well, and the online Ur-Dragon too, but offline is one of the EXP farming techniques, so I mentioned him specifically, is that the holy bolt with it will penetrate enemies. Oops, see? Got a little too close, so look at me talking about being safe and then getting killed. The holy bolt will penetrate enemies, and so like Ur-Dragon, you can hit multiple hearts if you hit him from the right angle. The Gore Cyclops here, when he's on the ground and you shoot him in the head, you know, it goes through his head, through his body, hits his legs, it hits all of his different hitboxes, so you can actually get a lot of damage going off of that. It's also useful in one of the sections in the first area of Bitter Black that has one of these types of Gore Cyclops and a handful of sorcerers, because sometimes the sorcerers will fall downstairs and you can just kind of angle it in such a way that you take out both at the same time. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to finish this guy off and then call it. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try, just to kind of show this, I'm going to say that I'm going to show how it doesn't do as much damage sometimes. You can tell that I'm locked onto the enemy, or I'm somewhere where it would hit him, because the way that the spell ring glows. So this should be a good spot to cast it. And of course, just to make me look like an asshole, it's gonna do quite a bit of damage. Usually when I use that move down here in this particular section, it will, for some reason, I'll hear it hitting, that like tick, 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 that squishy sound letting you know that it's doing damage. It'll do that, but for some reason, usually when I do that, it doesn't go. So now that I look like an idiot and I have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to end the video. Got a couple levels in the process there. Still so much more to do, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Yeah, I'm going to take a break here. At some point, if I find another, I don't know, leveling strategy or something like that, I might upload that. But pretty much what I do to level up is I go through Area 1 and Area 2. Occasionally we'll rest for a couple days if things aren't respawning fast enough. uh, or Area 1 and Area 3 rather. Area 2, I don't really like Area 2 for EXP grind. I like Area 1 and Area 3 because there's a couple of arenas in Area 1 that you can do. There's these Gore Cyclops that give quite a bit of EXP. Area 2 doesn't really have anything that I feel is really helpful, and I think that there's more enemies in Area 2 and areas in Area 2 that are hazardous to pawns, which I guess depends on how you look at it. If you don't want pawns so you can get the EXP boost for yourself, um, then yay, no pawns. I personally like having pawns just because even when they suck ass at tanking, like that fucking pawn that I have right now, um, even when they suck ass, they still occasionally distract the enemy and make it a little bit easier for you to do your mage thing. Um, if I was playing another class, if I was playing assassin, definitely a lot of people do builds where they need to get a lot of assassin in for the stamina and strength. Definitely play by yourself. Use the, I think it's autonomy, something like that. That if you don't have any pawns with you, you actually become stronger in addition to getting the extra experience. But yeah, anyways, fuck this shit. It's really annoying, and stop there.